Hello everyone, it's Sandra. Another month has come and gone and it's time for favorites video. I have quite the selection of things to share with you today. Now starting off with skin. This past month has been quite cold and my number one remedy for that was lots of moisturizer and lots of luminizing products. But if I had to cherry pick the couple of things that have just been on rotation nonstop for me, the moisturizer, my go-to moisturizer, Skinceuticals Triple Lipid Restore. I used up a jar and this is my second jar of it. I love this. I use this morning and night and it's the perfect amount of moisture for me for this time of year. Now this is definitely too rich for me to use in the summertime. If you are normally like slightly dry year-round, you might enjoy this year-round, but for me this has just been the perfect winter moisturizer. Every time I put it on, it's like my skin just sighs with relief. It's beautiful, it sinks in quickly, and I haven't had any negative reactions to this. I do kind of recommend this with a grain of salt because this does have essential oils in it. I know a lot of people with more sensitive skins tend to stay away from essential oils, so if you have very sensitive skin, maybe skip this. And it also contains dimethicone. Again, my skin is not sensitive to silicones or fragrances or anything like that, so I haven't had any issues with this clogging my pores or anything like that. But again, just a word of warning because some people tend to have adverse reactions to like silicone-y creams, but this doesn't feel silicone-y. I don't usually love silicone-y moisturizers or serums, but if there is some silicone in there, you know, my face doesn't react negatively to it. I have zero complaints about this. It actually sinks in. It doesn't have that typical silicone feeling where it just kind of sits on top of the skin. This just really absorbs beautifully into my skin, and morning and night, this has been on my face. For the body, I've been enjoying this. This is the Dr. Jart Ceramidin Body Lotion. This is the newest member of the Dr. Jart Ceramidin family. I actually received this from the brand and I was really excited about it because this is definitely a type of moisturizer that I would purchase myself, and I would repurchase this 100% because it is fragrance-free. I do like my body lotions to not be too heavily fragranced because I like to switch up my perfume on a regular basis. This is really lightweight and not greasy. I don't like thick body butters or body creams, and this is just a beautiful lightweight lotion that sinks in really quickly, leaves my skin feeling really nice and soft. It has been such a pleasure to use, especially on my legs. I apply this before bed every single night, and I love it. I love the fact that it sinks in quickly and it doesn't make me feel all greasy. And in terms of formula, I would liken this to the Kiehl's Creme de Corps. So if you like the Kiehl's Creme de Corps body lotion, you will really like this. I find them to have very similar consistencies. I have a hair care favorite as well, and it's the Biologique Recherche Lotion P50 for the scalp. It's Lotion P50 Capillaire. Comes in this big spray bottle and I love this. I've been using this every single time. I've had this for a month now and I've been using this every single time I wash my hair, and I love this because it's a pre-washing treatment. So I just spray this on my scalp. I just, you know, divide my hair into sections and apply the spray on my scalp, massage it in, leave it on for about 10 to 15 minutes. Then I go in and just wash and condition my hair as normal. So I use this prior to washing my hair every single time. I usually wash my hair maybe 2-3 times a week depending on how it's going, and I've really enjoyed this. Prior to starting to use this, I had some issues with my scalp being really flaky and itchy, and this has completely balanced out my scalp. I haven't had any flaky or itchy issues since incorporating this into my routine, so I really enjoy this. It does have, it smells like the regular P50 to me. It has like a slight apple cider vinegar scent, but it doesn't bother me. And because you're using this before you go in to wash your hair, it doesn't linger onto your hair or anything like that. I like the fact that it kind of helps clarify my scalp and helps rebalance my scalp without affecting my hair color, because this is a scalp treatment. It doesn't really, affect, hasn't stripped my hair, hasn't affected my hair color in any way. So I have really enjoyed this. This is very expensive. I think it was just over $100. So that's a lot of money to spend on a scalp spray. But like I said, I do see this lasting at least 6 months because I've been using this for a month and I'm only down this much. So hopefully I won't be blowing through it that quickly, but I would definitely repurchase. In terms of alleviating my scalp issues, this has done the best job the fastest out of all the things I've tried in the past. So really, really enjoy this. When it comes to makeup, the star of the show for me has been this cheek combination. It's the cheek combination I have on right now. And while some things I tweak depending on the day, these two have just been my most used, and it's the Bobbi Brown Pot Rouge in the shade Powder Pink. This is a beautiful cream blush, and then I use the Chantecaille Liquid Lumiere in the shade Luster on top. This is a beautiful blush topper kind of shade, and I just apply this in the palm of my hand like this. As you can see, it's like this beautiful peachy rosy shade, and then I use my e.l.f. stipple brush to kind of grab some of that color and then just gently stipple it on top of the cheeks, on top of the blush, and it just gives the most beautiful, radiant, rosy look to the cheeks. I absolutely have been loving this combination, and this Chantecaille Liquid Lumiere has just been such a beautiful blush topper. I've been doing either this lip combination, which is from a lip kit. I don't know if it's limited edition or not. This was sent to me by Jouer, and I have been wearing this non-stop. It's such a beautiful lip combination. It's the shade Bare Rose. So there's a lip liner and a tinted lip balm type of product. Both are in the name Bare Rose, and I love it. This is such a gorgeous formula. Bare Rose is more of a My Lips But Better type of shade. This is what I'm wearing today. So I'm wearing the Bare Rose Essential Lip Enhancer Balm, and then I have the matching lip liner underneath. The lip liner formula is beautiful. It's very, very creamy, very reminiscent of the L'Oreal lip liners. You know the L'Oreal Infallible? There's one that I used to wear all the time. I think it was called Mastermind. This lip liner formula reminds me of that lip liner formula, in that it's very, very creamy and easy to blend. And I've been loving just applying this lip liner and then really working it in and buffing it out with this little eyeshadow brush. This is a MAC 209 brush, I think. It doesn't say on it anymore. It's rubbed off. It's really old, but I'm pretty sure this is a MAC 209. Whatever pencil brush you have on hand, just using this to diffuse the lip liner to make it a little bit softer, and then using the tinted lip balm on top. It's just been such a beautiful, comfortable, moisturizing, everyday lip combo for me. If I want to amp it up a little bit, I do this Lancome lipstick. This is in the shade Killing Me Softly. This is from their Invisimatte lip range. This is more of a long-wearing matte lipstick color, and it's got this beautiful burnished copper, burnished coral undertone. This is beautiful, and this will be really nice on its own in the summertime, but I'm not ready to wear it full on quite yet, so I've just been mixing this either with the Jouer or with my Project Pan lipstick, the Charlotte Tilbury Bond Girl. I've just been having a lot of fun layering and mixing these colors, just very gently dabbing them onto the lips, layering them together, and then using this brush to just play around and blend it all together until I get the lipstick color that I want. So it's been really fun playing around, and you know, you don't have to buy a new lip product to have a new lip color. Just it can be really fun to just play around with what you have and discover new combinations. So these have been the colors that have been making me really, really happy lately, and I've just been loving layering them and playing with them. Like, this color looks really good just on the outside, almost contouring my lips. So I've been doing this, and then, you know, putting the Jouer on top. In terms of non-beauty favorites, I do have 2 books to share with you that I finished over the last month that I really, really enjoyed. If you've liked some of the books I've recommended in the past, I think you might like these as well. They're part of a series, and it's the Olive Kitteridge series. So the first book in the series is called Olive Kitteridge. And then the second book in the series was called Olive Again. The author of those books is Elizabeth Strout, and I have really, really enjoyed them a lot more than I thought I would. It's very much obviously centered around the main character, Olive Kitteridge, and they were just both so good. They're not like light and happy reads. A lot of the negative reviews that I read about the first book in the series was that it was just really depressing. I didn't find it to be that depressing. I found it to be an enjoyable read, but it's not the type of book that you read when you want to cheer yourself up. Let's leave it at that. But it's about this middle-aged woman and how she kind of impacts the lives of the people around her. And both books just tell you the tale of her life. I really enjoy them. I'm a sucker for good character development. I think if you liked Eleanor Oliphant is completely fine. And if you liked When All Is Said by Anne Griffin, I think you will really enjoy the Olive Kitteridge books as well. The second one was a little bit more uplifting than the first one. In terms of podcasts, the only podcast that I've been listening to this past month has been the podcast Higher Learning, and it's hosted by Rachel Lindsay from the Bachelor franchise. She has a podcast with her friend Van, and they discuss current events. Sometimes they do a little Bachelor recap, so I'm not sure if you're watching this season of The Bachelor, but they do discuss the Bachelor franchise as well, but it's not solely a Bachelor podcast. They also discuss other current events and relevant topics, so I've really been enjoying listening to them. It's a weekly podcast, so there's always something to talk about, always something to learn, so I've been enjoying their podcast. In terms of television, I do have 2 television recommendations. The first is Grand Designs in New Zealand. Grand Designs is one of my favorite shows ever. It's an architecture home remodeling show. It started out in the UK. They do have some seasons of it on Netflix, but they don't have all of them. If you want to watch all of them, I would just search for them on YouTube. There are a lot of channels that have the episodes full length on YouTube. So I've been a fan of that show, the original British edition, for years. I love it. And then our friend suggested watching the New Zealand one. So we started watching the New Zealand seasons of the show this month, and it's just been so good. New Zealand is stunning, and I've just been really loving watching these people build their dream houses. If you're into architecture and people building dream homes, definitely watch Grand Designs. Both the original UK version and the New Zealand versions are fantastic. But I think especially if you like more modern houses, the New Zealand season is very, very, very good. Along with RuPaul's Drag Race season 13, it's happening right now, and I missed having RuPaul's Drag Race in my life. It's just great television. It's so entertaining, and it instantly puts me in a better mood every single time I watch it. Last but not least, my favorite topic, food and snacks. The first is a tea. Now, it doesn't come in this tin. It just came in a bag that I decanted into this little tea tin that I have. But it's a tea brand recommended by my friend Dina, and it's a French tea brand called Mariage Frère. Apologies for the pronunciation, but this is their Amandier Blanc tea mix, and if you like marzipan, this tea, it smells so good, it tastes so good. It's an almond lover's tea, so if you're a fan of marzipan, get this tea. It's the perfect afternoon dessert tea, and not sure if you can hear Pepper barking in the background, but she definitely agrees. I have been playing around with different plant-based milks, and while I like a lot of them, I also make my own cashew milk, and I've been making it for years, and I love that. It doesn't steam properly, so if you want like the steamed froth milk experience, not a lot of plant-based milks can give you that experience. I was using the Oatly brand, the Oatly full fat one, for a long time, and that one was good. I found this, and it's really, really good. It's the Elmhurst Milked Oats Barista edition. Really, really great ingredients. There's only There's only 5 ingredients in here: filtered water, whole grain oats, cane sugar, dipotassium phosphate, and salt. So very, very easy. So I've been really enjoying this. It actually tastes really good too. So when I want a more frothy milk experience, if I'm making cappuccino or something like that, I will use this. If I'm just doing a regular latte, I will use my homemade cashew milk. And the last thing is a snack, aptly named Snacklins. I keep buying food from ads on Instagram. You know, Mark Zuckerberg really knows how to target me. So when they target me with these food or snack ads, you know I will hit buy. These have been a very pleasant discovery. They're called Snacklins. And again, they are like plant-based, a plant-based take on pork rinds. So if you like pork rinds, this is the same type of texture that they go for, but it's made of plants. It's made of mushrooms and onions. And they have 4 different flavors. They have the Chesapeake Bay, Nacho, Teriyaki, and Barbecue. My favorite flavors are the Chesapeake Bay and the Teriyaki, but they're actually all pretty good. You can't go wrong. Just get the variety pack and see which one you like the best. The Chesapeake Bay one is very celery forward. So if you're a fan of celery salt, you will like this flavor. They're not too terrible for you. And it's just been really delicious. So the contents, again, very minimal. It's yucca, mushroom, sunflower oil, onion, spices, sea salt. So can't go wrong with that. And that concludes this month's favorites. Let me know what you've been loving in the comment section below. I can't wait to catch up with you. I always love talking to you, and I love to know what you're into. If you have any book recommendations, any podcast recommendations, what TV you're watching, beauty stuff, I'm all ears. So I hope you're having a wonderful day. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.